What's up, my fellow computer enthusiasts? This video has been a long time coming, and by the time it's actually uploaded, I can imagine it being days, if not a week, from my recording of it to it finally being edited and encoded and uploaded. I apologize for that. So let's just get right down to brass tacks here. This video is an update because this rig is being given away. Just a few months ago in Computer Enthusiast, someone poked fun at me, not knowing it was me, but the giveaway, like what happened to the giveaway? What's going on with that? And quite frankly, I'm gonna be brutally honest here. The last real update that I gave about this rig was September 19th of last year. Now at that point, I had a rough timeline. Keep in mind, this was supposed to be the Computer Enthusiast group on Facebook. And I will go into lengths about that at some point, maybe not even during this video, because the last giveaway that I took part of CMR, which I funded more than 50% of the hardware, was rigged. And I wasn't even aware of it until months later. So this one I need, for my sake, to be legitimate. Not because of how I look, because I had nothing to do with that, because I'm not giving this away to just anybody. So the entry rules still stand. They're not going to be acknowledged in this video. There'll be a separate post written out by me. If you guys are watching this on YouTube or my personal Facebook page or anywhere else that it was shared outside of Computer Enthusiasts, which should be linked in any of those videos, then that's where you'll find that information. But the fact of the matter is, when it came down to it, we hit 100,000 members right around January, which is essentially what I expected. I called that figure out 6 months in advance. And at that time, I had 5 to 6 entries that were legitimate entries. 5 to 6 out of 100,000 members. I had 5 to 6 legitimate entries. I mean, a lot of people want this PC, but 5 to 6 people, guys, come on. I mean, it's being spread out there, but the thing is, it always gets filtered out through memes and all sorts of things. I'm not being helped out by anybody other than Robert Morrow, who was generous enough. He's part of our admin team at CE to actually help me fund this PC. Outside of what he helped me with, everything else has come out of my pocket. So bear with me here. Not only that, around the time of January, my personal life took precedence. My professional life took precedence. And when you're dealing with 5 or 6 people that may deserve and want this PC, I want it to go to someone deserving, and I need to ensure that more people are involved. So, yeah, I just kind of put it on the back burner. I needed to take care of myself, my family, my career. And I was going to revisit this. And 3-4 months ago, someone in Computer Enthusiast, one of our members, made a joking post. And I didn't take it personally. It's the internet, guys. Believe me, I am not soft-skinned. I'm a very hard-skinned individual. You will not make it in my industry if you have soft skin. So when the post happened, I kind of laughed at it. I'm like, whatever, this is what's going on. Get over it. And people just took it for what it was. And I told them, listen, I'm going to Computex in June. Upon my return from Computex, I will revisit this. And to me, the PC itself, at that point, having had the hardware for so long, like at this point 7-8 months, I needed to update a few things. Because, at the time, it was okay. It was a decent 1440p gaming rig. But there were certain things that, at the time, I really was pushing for it because I'm like, this would be awesome. For instance, let's go over the basic hardware first, okay? How about we start with that? Originally, we were going to use the Asus Strix Z690A Gaming Wi-Fi D4 motherboard. I know it's a very long name for a motherboard, but that's just how Asus likes to do it. Fine with me. I have no caveats with this motherboard. It's a decent motherboard, especially for its time, being the Z690 time. But there's a few things that stand apart from more modern day motherboards. First and foremost, it's limited to DDR4. Now I had equipped this thing with 4800. I can't really see the sticker from here. Let me just pull out one of these DIMMs very quick. Is this one of those motherboards? No. I should just pop her up. Pop out. Trident Z. Well, it's 4600 C20, 32 gigabytes of these things. Great sticks, but it's 2024 at this point, guys. DDR4 doesn't fly. That needed to be changed. And then the 12900 KS that you see in the motherboard. Still a great CPU, but you gotta think this is, the very first wafers in silicon produced on Intel's 10A node. Their 10 nanometer node, as they called it. That was close to like 7 nanometers per TSMC's nodes. Efficient node, but immature for its time. Then Raptor Lake came out. Then the Raptor Lake refresh came out, showing huge gains in efficiency based off of the manufacturing of these wafers. So, yeah, that's a big no-no for me as well. So, some of those things are going to change. But one of the most critical things that I overlooked, because I figured, this would just make it cooler, but I think it also detracted people from even wanting to enter it because of the upkeep. And what could potentially go wrong if you don't have experience with it was making an open loop system. And yeah, that was the goal. I mean, I had the EK pump, some Alpha Cool radiators, fans set up. I have EK blocks for the CPU. I had this whole idea for building this open loop system to give away. The thing is, it's supposed to be given away to somebody who's never owned a high-end PC, who truly loves gaming and PCs. And that's the last thing I want them to deal with is the burden of servicing this type of a PC when I know myself I don't actually care to service my own personal open loops. So yes, there were some changes that needed to be made, thus this video. And keep in mind, once again, if you guys want official method of entries into this giveaway, which hopefully we will have. I'm going to be shooting a build vlog throughout the month of July. I'm going to do my best to make it as cinematic as possible, enjoyable for you guys to watch. But if you guys want the details on how to enter, you have to get it from the Computer Enthusiast Facebook page. That's the only place it's going to be posted. It's the only place where you will be able to submit your entries. And all entries are private. No one will ever know any information that you've divulged into this entry because it is a personal entry. I want someone deserving of this. I've been screwed over in the past personally by having my giveaways rigged for somebody else's benefit, which makes no sense to me. That's not happening again. So having said that, let's forget the Z690A Strix Gaming Wi-Fi D4, the 12900 KS, the open loop setup. Let's get rid of these right now. Sorry, Dennis, your sticker stays, bro. I don't know where to put this. Well, I'll just put it right here. There we go. keep it cooling. We will be using KPX, guys, 100%. It's all I ever use. Come on. We'll make this work. There we go. Of course, we will stick with the 1000 watt G5 from DVGA, fantastic modular PSU. The MSI RTX 4070. The 4070 Super was not out at the time when I purchased this, but this is the GPU we're going with. The goal for this PC is to be a high refresh rate 1440p gaming rig. I think we're gonna achieve that no problem. This pump's gotta go. Alright, so let's get on to what's being changed. I'm just gonna move this over here. As many of you guys know, I like to do things in one shot, no edits, so bear with me. Let me grab some stuff. Sorry if you guys see my, my ass. There it is. I'm imagining some clubbing music from my visit to Taipei, which was quite fun. Yeah, we'll put that there. Yeah, we'll put this here. Put this here. Put this here. I don't know. There we go. I think that should sum this up quite nicely. There we go. So this is the new build. And you guys are gonna say, that's not much of an upgrade, is it? Yeah, it is. For one, the motherboard is being upgraded to the second gen revision of the Z790. Well, this is the Z790A Gaming Wi-Fi 2, which is a DDR5 board, plenty of modern day I/O features that the Z690 simply didn't have to offer. So that's a huge upgrade in and of itself. On top of a much beefier VRM, it's just as aesthetically pleasing. It's got a slightly better VRM design. And it accommodates a lot of other limiting factors for Z690. And keep in mind, it's the second gen, so it's kind of like a Z790 refresh. And that's going to be paired with a 14,700K. So, yes, instead of an 8-core, well, technically 16-core CPU, this is a 20-core CPU, meaning it has 8 cores, P cores, Raptor Cove cores, and 12 E cores. The 12,000R KS had 8 plus 8, so it was a 16 core. Now, E cores are not to be taken lightly. Like, their IPC is very, very strong, especially for prosumer workloads, working workloads, video editing, photo editing, anything like that, compiling. They come in handy. For gaming, this thing still boosts higher, uses less power. Now, I just received the most recent beta BIOS for this exact motherboard from SafeDisk, Sungho. Hopefully, by the time this is shipped, there will be a retail BIOS. It has Intel's most latest microcode for the 14th gen Raptor-like CPUs. But there will be several BIOSes set based on the cooling and various voltage curves for various frequencies, whether you're benchmarking, gaming, everything will be stable. I promise you, I'll go through the testing, I will take my time to ensure that you have a properly stable gaming rig. Now, of course, RTX 4070 still exists. But as far as cooling, now we are going with the, oops, that was the contact frame that just fell. Not a big deal, but guys, we are using one. The EK Nucleus CR360 Dark. There you go. Keep in mind, I stick by this, I stand by it. I'm not a fan of RGB. If you guys want to deck this thing out with RGB, by all means. All the fans are just black. Everything is dark. Outside is silver and white. It's silver, white, and gray, the entire theme. So it'll be a little bit of RGB on the board. But if you guys want to upgrade RGB, that's up to the end user. But the reason I went with this AIO is because it's a fantastic AIO. And with the contact frame and everything else, I could fine tune this thing to make it a fantastic high refresh rate 1440p gaming machine. Now of course we're going to have the Samsung 980 Pro, which will be updated to the latest firmware, as well as a Samsung 870 EVO that's 2 terabytes in capacity as a secondary drive. Now that's not here, but I do have it, and that so you will have 3 terabytes of storage. Now for memory, in most cases you guys will think I'll go with G-Skill, Patriot. Unfortunately, they don't really fit the theme color-wise, so I went with a company that I haven't dealt with since X99. Yeah, this is like Skylake. No, this would be Broadwell E. So we want some Dominator Titanium. This is 32 gigabytes, 7000 CL34. That will be our memory of choice. So hopefully I didn't overlook anything. That doesn't look like I did. Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry this video took so long to edit and get out to you guys, but don't worry, build log or vlog, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be coming out probably once a week until it's complete. Like I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, outside of Computer Enthusiast on Facebook, Instagram, wherever the hell you're seeing this, the only way to truly enter it is within the group, because that's where the entry methods are there. And they're clearly stated, there's a lot of stipulations. Just follow the rules, put in your entry, and you'll be up for consideration. And hopefully we can get this thing given away within the next month and a half or so. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to giving it away, and I'm looking forward for this thing to be given away to someone that truly deserves it. Like, I want it to be given away to someone who truly deserves it, not just someone who wants it. I mean, this came out of my pocket and Robert Morrow's pocket. Nobody else sponsored this. Not a single part here has not been paid for by myself or Robert Morrow. That includes all other parts, the parts that we're not even giving away. Like, this is our money. So I hope you guys could appreciate that. I hope you guys can understand, the tardiness of, this whole build. But yeah, there's reasons for it. But we also understand that, there are people out there that are deserving, and that's why we do what we do. So until the next update, which should be soon, I hope you guys take care and just keep being computer enthusiasts and keep doing a great job at keeping our group as known as literally the most professional and courteous and respectful group out there. So until next time, guys. Peace.